next spot for Kai Sotto na hindi siya nag-drop last Friday. I think the best spot for Kai Sotto is overseas, and here's why. Joining the summer league, if I'm Kai Sotto, is a booby trap. Because it is a low risk, it is a high risk, low reward. And the reason
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic.
the reason why I say that is because Kai Sotto, according to his camp, had just come off an ankle injury. So meaning to say he's not necessarily 100%. And you have to be 100% healthy to be able to participate in that showcase because we're going to be playing against guys who are undrafted, other international players who have been invited to join and to fight for a roster spot in the NBA. So Kai Sotto might be playing against guys with an axe to grind, guys that are more determined, very determined to make the roster. So yun. And then the game also has evolved in a way where the big men have basically been slowly phased out of the game. And that was precisely one of the reasons why Kai Sotto left G League Ignite, because there was supposedly no playing time. And Coach Brian Shaw at the time had explained to him, no, you're not going to get any playing time because we're going to use our guards. And look at those guards now. Even Daniels is now in the NBA, Kuminga is now in the NBA. So if Kai Sotto plays in this 2022 NBA summer league, he will be playing against wing players who might not necessarily give him touches. He might not even necessarily get the minutes that you need to be able to gather traction on offense and to show your skills on defense. Stuff like this. So, para sa akin, the summer league is detrimental to Kai Sotto right now. That is precisely the reason. Siguro, that was the reason why, before Kai Sotto said that my agent misspoke, that was probably why si Joel Bell, the current agent of Kai, said na, we'd rather go overseas. We're not going to summer league. He said it was not a good avenue for Kai. And then also, maybe, Joel Bell's the agent. They know first. They're always the first to know if the teams invite your player, your client. So maybe he never got invites. He already knew, and maybe he just, instead of saying we didn't get an invite, you're spinning it and saying, oh, you know what? We're going overseas. We don't need a summer league. But even if Kai Sotto gets an invite, to me, the summer league is just not a good path for them. So what's the good path? I say overseas. Overseas, I know, is very vague, but I'd say specifically the NBA. Liga doon, it's a very good league, the National Basketball League. Australia, very physical. They have a revolving door of players that have done and are going to the NBA. Lamelo Ball, to name a few, Josh Giddey. So it's a very good league. And there is also the familiarity with his teammates. It will be his second season. There's some sort of chemistry developed, and the ability that he already knows the playbook. So mas magandang pupunta lang siya sa amin. And then the third option will be I had the opportunity to co-guest Power and Play with Henry Liao, one of people I consider to be guys who really know their NBA. He said Spanish League, and I agree. Sumang-ayon din ako sa comment ni Snow Badwa or colleague here at Spin.ph that, you can only hold back the hands of time. If Kai Sotto, if it were true na may talagang offer siya last 2017, at the time I reported that one too. I was not the first to report it, but I had found out that it was supposed to be 5 years, $1 million. So meaning to say, $200,000 a year for 5 years. Kai would have really developed his game at Real Madrid. He would have, gotten the expertise, the strength, conditioning, all that very good stuff that you need to develop as a player as you prepare to go to the NBA. But as they say, you cannot fall behind of time. So ngayon, he's still 20, that's the good thing, but next year he's 21. It's almost like ancient in the NBA. You rarely get gems and top draft picks when you're that advanced. And you're not going to say, tingnan mo yung draft ngayon, look at Jaden Ivey, Paulo Banquero, they're all 19. So obviously, Kai Sotto had lost a lot of traction by, his career having been redirected instead of going to college or going to Spain from the get-go. But you can no longer unwind that. Kung baga sa ano, you cannot unscramble that. So the window is closing. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat here. And I've always been frank about, you know, I like Kai Sotto. To me, the problem is not Kai Sotto. It was the management. Some bad decisions were made. I think she should have, you know, given all that we've seen. He should have stayed at the Ignite. But like I said, I like the kid, but it's always been misconstrued as when you're telling the truth, when nobody else is telling the, you know, the God honest truth about, you know, yung workout niya, his, what's his chances of going to the draft, because most of us have obviously become cheerleaders. And I'm not going to be trying to be righteous and noble here, but I'm just saying that my job is to report. And then when the people in the industry, my sources in the NBA, who are very unimpeachable, tell me the workouts were not good, he's not going to be drafted. Obviously, I'm going to report that. I'm still rooting for Kai Sotto. I like the kid. I've interviewed him sa Basketball Without Borders. Very pleasant young man. But the window is closing. And this last year, kasi according to the NBA's collective bargaining agreement, a player can only join the NBA draft twice. So enter, I mean. He flunked on the first one. Next one, if he flunks again, that would be it. No more draft. So he would have to be signed as a free agent. And that would be increasingly unlikely. So, your Kai Soto, more power to you, Kai. Go overseas, skip the summer league, and listen to Joel Bell. I think he knows what he's doing.